welcome or welcome back to my channel. We're about 2 weeks into November, which means that we're about at the deadline, the cutoff for starting Christmas projects. If you're wanting to crochet something for someone for Christmas, you might want to get started like right now. And I have seen some conversations online about like whether or not you should crochet people things for Christmas or as gifts, or if people even like receiving handmade crochet items as a gift. And me personally, I love receiving handmade items. I love receiving things that it's obvious that people put time and effort and thought into, rather than just going to the store and picking the first thing off the shelf that they thought maybe you would like. And everyone in my family is the same way. They love when I make them things. They love receiving handmade gifts and things that I put love into. So I'm not gonna lie, I do think it's kind of weird when people are just like not into handmade gifts. Like they don't want to receive like a personalized handmade, handcrafted thing from somebody that they care about. It's kind of weird to me, but whatever. But that's why for this crochet gift giving guide, I tried to pick things that were actually useful, not just like decorations or like stuffed animals or things that maybe people wouldn't really like because it would just kind of sit on a shelf and collect dust, that they wouldn't actually use it. But here's the thing, gift giving is hard, and I don't know the people that you are trying to make gifts for. I don't know anything about them. I don't know their hobbies, the things that they like, their interests, their aesthetic. So instead of me showing you like very specific patterns and things that you can make, I'm going to do more of general categories of things. I will show examples, and then I will also have the patterns to the examples that I show in the description of the video. And then on top of that, I will also link my Pinterest board, which will have those patterns as well as a bunch of other patterns and ideas of things I think people would like for Christmas that you can look through and find things that fit the specific person that you're trying to gift. So these are just general categories. Keep in mind who you are gifting for and what they might like, but they're all functional in a sense. They're things that people can actually use in their day-to-day life. They're not just things that are pretty that they can look at. All right, I think that is everything, so let's get into it. So the first category, the most basic, the most obvious, is blankets. Hear me out. I know that blankets are like the most basic, obvious idea when it comes to thinking of something to crochet for someone, but personally, I would love to receive a handmade crocheted blanket, especially during Christmas time in the winter where it's like cold and you just want to be all snuggled up and stuff. Like just snuggling under a little blanket that somebody made me, that sounds so nice. And there's so many different kinds of blankets you can make. You can make like a classic granny square blanket, a granny stitch blanket. You can make a blanket with big fluffy yarn, which would be super, super cozy. Right now I'm working on a blanket using the cat stitch, which is super easy. And I know some people aren't like a huge fan of making blankets. I personally am not the biggest fan, but it is nice sometimes to just work on like a big project. You can work on smaller projects on the side. And I think blankets are perfect for people who maybe you don't know super well, because everybody needs a blanket. Everybody likes a blanket. You don't really have to know exactly what they're into or what they like to do to just give them a blanket. Maybe you just know like, oh, they like the color blue, so you can make them a blue blanket. Or like the cat stitch, if they like cats, you can make them a blanket with the cat stitch. Next category is kitchen accessories. If you know somebody who likes to bake, cook, is in the kitchen a lot, you could make them some accessories for their kitchen, like towels, dishcloths, hot pads, stuff like that. These are things that they will hopefully use every day, and there are a bunch of different patterns for them, so they're not just plain like square single crochet. There's waffle stitch, there's a bobble stitch, there's a bunch of different things that you can do with these to spice them up and not just make them like every other dishcloth that you can buy at the store. And if you don't want to make like a full-on dishcloth or a dish towel, you could also make these little like dishcloth holders with the little wooden circle thing that they put the dish towels that they already have in. Those are cute. You could also make cast iron handle sleeves so they don't burn their hands when they're working with their cast iron. Just make sure that if you do make these kitchen items that are gonna get hot and wet all the time, to not use acrylic yarn, because acrylic yarn will melt if it gets too hot, and it's also just not really great for continuously getting it wet all the time. So use something like 100% cotton so that you don't have those issues. The next category is sort of similar, but coasters. There are lots of different coaster patterns out there. You can make somebody a little set of coasters that even has like a holder with it. You could wrap it up with a little bow, it'd be really cute. And I feel like even if people don't necessarily use coasters, they're still just cute to like kind of put around as decoration. You can make just like a basic coaster set with their favorite colors or something like that, Or you could get a little more personal. I found these like paw print coasters. There's these cute little chicken coasters if they're like a farm person, they like chickens, or this little succulent pot plant coaster that has like the pot and then the little succulents are the coasters, so that even when you're not using them, it's still like a cute little thing that you can set on the table. Again, with coasters, they're probably going to be getting wet because of the condensation from the cup, or hot if they're putting like their coffee mug on the coaster, so just make sure that we're not using acrylic yarn. Next category is if you know somebody who really likes to read, somebody who has a Kindle, something like that, you could make them a book / Kindle case, cover, sleeve thing. These are super easy because you can literally make one out of a granny square. You can use single crochet, you can use pretty much any stitch to make some sort of like pouch, sleeve, envelope looking thing. Put a little button on it, make it cute. And then you could also make them a matching bookmark to go along with it. Bookmarks are super easy to make. You can make a really basic one with just single crochet, or you can do something a little more complicated, make one that looks like a flower, or make one that looks like a rat. And I feel like especially the little like envelopes and pouches are really versatile, because even if they don't use it for a book or Kindle, they can use it for anything else. They could use it as a book pouch, as like a little mini purse. They could put pretty much anything that they want in it. So even if they don't want to put a book or a Kindle in it, they can still get some use out of it. If you know somebody who really likes plants, you could make them a plant hanger. And if you wanted to go a step further, you could even get them a plant to put in the plant hanger. And there's a lot of different variations that you can do for this. There's like a basic plant hanger. There's a double plant hanger, so you can hang 2 plants underneath each other. Or like a wall plant hanger that's kind of like a little pouch that you put the plant pot in. Super cute. You can make someone a bag, but specifically like a little market bag or a produce bag that they can use when they go to like the grocery store, or if they go to the farmer's market, something like that. And again, bags are something that can be used for multiple purposes, so even if they're not going to the farmer's market and using it specifically for that, they might use it for a different reason. You can also make some sort of like granny square tote bag or a kind of crossbody fanny pack situation. For those, you could even go a step further and like line the inside with fabric to make them more durable. The next category is wearables, which can be a little tricky, but I put it in anyways just because it is something that people will hopefully use a decent amount, as long as you are making sure that you are making something that fits their aesthetic, that fits their style, and is something that actually fits them, like physically. So you do need to know like their size proportions and stuff. For this category, I mostly put like sweaters, cardigans, stuff like that. I didn't want to put any like super form-fitting things that you would need exact measurements for, because that'd be kind of hard. But I think making somebody like a really oversized sweater or cardigan for wintertime would be really cute. And since this is for Christmas, which is wintertime where I am, I tried to do things that they could actually wear like right now, not things that were meant for summer. So things like sweaters, socks, cardigans, scarves, hats, gloves, stuff like that I think would be really good gifts. So just make sure that whoever you're wanting to make this for will actually like wear it, because you don't want to waste your time on something that they're not even going to wear. If they're not a hat person, if they're not somebody that really wears cardigans, if they don't like wear gloves and stuff like that, just make sure that they'll actually wear it before you make it for them. But if they are somebody who will actually wear it and enjoy it and get some use out of it, I think that making these types of things are really good gifts. And lastly, I just have some like miscellaneous random things that I saw and thought that they would make maybe good gifts. First up is a bag saver. If you know somebody who saves their plastic bags religiously, they probably just keep them in like another plastic bag, just a plastic bag full of other plastic bags. So you can make them a bag saver so that they have like an actual cute little thing that they can put their bags in and just like grab it from the bottom. Mug cozies are super cute and super useful. You can make them for just like a basic mug that you would use at home, or you can also make them for like the to-go cups that you get at cafes. You can make someone a set of scrunchies, either velvet or just any other type of yarn that you want to use really, and make them a little set of scrunchies with their favorite colors. I didn't really put any like plushies or amigurumi or anything on my list just because there's so many different ones that you could make. So if you have somebody that collects plushies or a kid that likes a certain animal, like you can go look for that specific amigurumi, because there's too many, and it's very specific on like what a person likes. But I do really like these specific fleece bunny and bear amigurumi plushies. They're so cute, and there's just something about them. I love them. It's just like a classic little stuffed animal. If you are gifting for like a kid or something, you don't know exactly what they like, I think that a lot of people would really like just a cute little fleece bunny or bear. If the person you're making something for has a cat, you can make them this cute little cat nest, because let's be honest, anybody who has a pet loves getting gifts for their pet. Like, if they have a cat, if they have a dog, if they have some sort of pet, they're gonna love getting a gift for their pet. So you can make them any sort of like pet bed, cat, hideaway, stuff like that. And lastly, in the miscellaneous category, I have this hideaway couch caddy, which I think would be particularly good for like grandparents. At least my grandparents, they spend a lot of time like sitting in their recliners on the couch watching like westerns and movies and stuff. So just like a cute little couch caddy to put, you know, the remote and anything else that they might keep beside them. Especially if they lose things easily, you could do that thing where you like put a piece of string, like Velcro it to the remote so that it will always be attached to the little couch caddy, and then they'll always put it in the pocket, hopefully, and never lose the remote again. Should be really good. I should honestly do that because we lose our remote constantly. And that is it. That is all of my Christmas gift ideas. Hopefully this helped you at least a little bit get some sort of idea of things that you might want to make people. I know it's not as specific as my last crochet ideas video, but again, it's just because it depends on who you're gifting for and like what they like and stuff. I don't want to give you like a very specific sweater or a very specific thing to make someone, because then it's like, even if you like that, it might not work for the person you're trying to make a gift for. So these are all really customizable, and again, I will have the links to everything that I showed in this video down in the description, and I will also have a link to my Pinterest board of Christmas gift ideas. If you did like this video and it helped you out at all, please subscribe for more content from me and more crochet idea videos in the future. Give this video a thumbs up, and also hit the little bell if you want notifications for when I post next. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye!